guys, welcome back to my video. Make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe down below. Before we get started on this video, if there's any one of you guys taking the EdTipa and you're really lost, so you don't know what to expect on the EdTipa, make sure you guys watch my EdTipa videos. I did a task 1, 2, and 3 where I break it down on everything that they want you to do for those particular tasks. So make sure you guys go and watch it. So this video is going to be about my student internship. I just completed a full week, and I did tell you guys that I'll be doing videos every Saturday just to give you guys an update on how it's going. So let's get started. So this was the official full week, guys. And let me tell you, personalities are starting to jump out. I feel like the honeymoon stage is cut short. Like, it's over. Yeah, the teachers are still teaching routines, making sure it's down packed, it's solid. The teachers are still giving out jobs to students. So each day since school started, they've been giving out 2 to 4 jobs each day to students. So they've really been loving that. They like taking ownership, wanting to help and do stuff around the room. So we have, like, for example, they have the messenger, the green patrol, they have the closet person, they have somebody who's the team captain for their different tables. So I've been watching to see, like, how the teachers do the job. They've been modeling how the right way to do the job and the wrong way to do the job. So it's been interesting to see that, and the kids get so excited when the teacher says, hey, you got a job, go make a picture of your job, and then here, this is what you're going to do for the next couple of months. So that's been interesting to see. I've also, this week, the kids kind of got started with their small groups. So the teacher put them in small groups. I have a small group for math. So I've been, just watching the teacher how she teaches math and then observing to see if those kids got the strategies, and if not, trying to talk them through it and try to understand how did they get to that answer, what was something that they did, and if they maybe if they try it this possible way, maybe it would be better. They use Eureka Math. I kind of like it because it's a quicker way for the kids to find the answer with the number bond thing. Right now for math, the teacher is reviewing first grade stuff that the kids were doing in first grade. So they're going to take these next two weeks where they're playing some games that they did in first grade. They're making sure that the kids know their doubles, make sure that they're very solid on that. They've been doing like target practice games. So when the kids come in the morning, they might start doing like a target practice math where the kids have a certain number. They have to roll the dice, whatever number they have. So let's say their number is 10. Let's say the kid rolls the dice, they get a 5. They need to figure out what's another number that will give me the target number of 10. So of course 5 and 5. So I felt like that's a good game that they've been playing. Like, the kids are really into it. So you're able to see which kids got the facts down and which kids kind of still need a little bit more help with it. So they sometimes, in the morning, they might start off with that game. The kids actually started book shopping this week. And I love the structure of the way the teacher has it, because each kid has their own bin from 1 to 25. The kids have to get 8 Just Right books and 2 interest books. So I got to see the kids do that. So the teacher, they use Fontes and Pinnell. So you know how like in first grade, I was a first grade teacher's assistant in ICT. And you know how like in first grade they have the books by level A, B, C, D, E. And of course, it's very obvious, like, you kind of know which kids is low, and then you kind of have, like, that teasing stuff. Well, oh, you're reading on an A, and I'm reading on a D. So I'm so happy that in this class, you really can't tell what level a kid is on, because the teacher does it by zones. And I like that, because I didn't like that in first grade, like you had other kids teasing like, "Oh, you on an A, I'm on a G." I hated that. It made me cringe because it's like, yeah, the kid is low, and then you have other kids teasing them. So I like that with the way the teachers have their library is very discreet. You don't know who's on what. So it's like a zone. She have red, yellow, green, blue, orange. You can't tell. So I love the way they have their library structured, and they have like different books like school books, math, fairy tales. This is nonfiction, this is fiction. So the way their library set up is beautiful. So I think following next week they're gonna have based on the kids' tables where they sit at, because like I was telling you guys, the tables are really structured by the kids' boroughs. So, for example, like Brooklyn will shop Monday, Queens will shop Tuesday, Staten Island will shop Friday, etc., etc. So, like that. So, I kind of like that structure. I think it's amazing. What else? I actually had the opportunity of bringing the kids to lunch and bringing them to recess. So the teachers are kind of gradually like, letting me feel like I'm in that teacher kind of perspective to say like, hey, these are the things that you have to do as a teacher. So I had the opportunity to do that, which was great. The kids definitely listened to me. They got to their team recess on time, so they were happy. Um, the teacher actually, she wanted me to set up her small group for science because she's going to be starting science next week. And for science, she said they're going to be doing something with Lego robotics. So she wanted me to pair up the kids for partnerships. So both of the teachers, we agreed on the kids partnership. She liked it. There was some that me and her both had questions about, so I'm glad that we were on the same page. It was really hard because it's like you got to think of the kid that's quiet, and you have to think of another kid that's gonna bring that kid out. And then you also want to kind of pair, maybe those kids who might be a little bit lower with a little bit higher, and you just want to make sure that you're doing, a good partnership, or somebody who's quiet. You don't want to pair them up with friends who's gonna talk to each other. You kind of want to make sure that you're pairing it right. So I think I had like maybe 3 or 4 kids that I really wasn't sure about it, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so hard. Like, who can I pair this particular kid with, because he needs a lot of redirection. And I'm like, I don't want somebody to be a mommy to this kid and have to be telling him, you need to do this, you need to do this. Like, I would want to pair that particular kid with somebody who's like really stern and really into getting their work done, and he'll be focused. So you also want to think about that too. What else? And they started writing. So for writing, they had to write about my hopes and my dreams. So it was kind of like a on demand, just to see like what kids can actually do when it comes to writing. Some kids, they were able to start off like this. Other kids, it was like, okay, it's been 15 minutes now and you literally have nothing on your page. Um it was hard to see that because I'm just like, I felt so bad. It's like there's nothing that you can do. You just, so we definitely had like a couple of kids, and those kids who did not get started away, those kids who was only able to write 3 little words, those are the kids that I'm gonna be working with in small group, as well as the other cooperating teacher. Once I'm gone, she's gonna be working with them as well. But that was definitely hard to see because I'm just like, wow. So my goal, like when I work with my small group, like there's gonna be little goals that I'm gonna set, for my whole group, that by the end, by the time I leave, they're at least able to at least write a full page with details about whatever that particular topic is that they're gonna be doing in school. So um, yeah, I got to watch the teacher do her small group with the kids. That was interesting to see. So she does use the foundations. So she says A apple ab, but the kids have like a multi-sensory thing that they do. I've never seen it done that way. I know some people use like hand gestures. So it's interesting to see. I didn't get to see it for a long period of time because I did have to help the other teacher inside the classroom at the time while I was outside with the other one. So I'm gonna watch it again because the I do tutor. So this kid that I do tutor, we do say a apple ab, but we don't really do like any hand gestures. He's not that kind of kid like who needs it. But like I said, everybody does that differently. So I got to see that. What else? Yeah, I mean, this week has just been great. Like the staff is very receptive. If I have any questions or concerns, they're very helpful. I got to see one of my other colleagues that goes to the same school as me. I heard that I had another person from my school in there, but I just never seen the person. So I actually seen the person, and we had class together, so we know each other. So it's nice to see a familiar face when you're doing your student teaching. What else? I feel like I'm getting fat because on my lunch break, guys, I'm eating outside food. I'm going to Chipotle, and being that my break is so long, it's just like wow. So I really need to start cooking. As a student intern, you need to be cooking. Don't buy any outside food if you can try as possible. So I've been making a lot of sandwiches. I've been making my coffee in the morning. Like I need my coffee. Like I know it's bad. Some people might say caffeine is not good for you, but I just feel like as a teacher, I just need the coffee. I feel like if I don't have the coffee, like my day is gonna be like really slow. I feel like if I have the coffee, like I'm prepared, I'm ready, I'm focused on the kids, it's gonna be an awesome day. All I need is my cup of coffee every single morning. And that's been great for me. It's been perfect. Um I think one thing that I was kind of concerned with was assignments. My university has a lot of assignments that they want me to do by a certain time. I have to do 40 lessons in reading and writing. So for my assignment, I have to work with kids who have IEPs, but unfortunately, they cannot be in the same group with me. And realistically, I get it. Kids who are not good in reading, they're not good in writing as well. But for my assignment, they wanted me to have like a mixed group. So I kind of try to explain to the teachers like whichever kid needs it the most. She was like, they all need it the most. But I'm like, I understand what you're saying. But for my assignment, I need different kids for reading, different kids for writing. They cannot be with me in reading and writing at the same time. So that was kind of hard for them to understand. But I did tell them like, hey, I'll ask my professor. But hey, if my professor says no, this is what we got to do because I'm about to get started on these assignments, and once I'm in, I'm in. Like I'm not changing anything for my assignments. Like 'cause it's really a lot that they're asking me to do. I have to assess the kids, see where they are, do a write up paper, reflection, all of that. I'm also going to have somebody from my university coming out to the school where I'm at. And I just explained to them, like, I don't know who that person is. I said, when I meet them, you're going to meet them. And basically, when they come, they don't want to see me making copies. They don't want to see me, doing things that I shouldn't be doing. During that time when they come, they want to see me working with a small group. And that's just what it is. They don't want to see me doing anything else. So if I say these are the kids I'm working with, they want to see me with these kids, with my lesson, them being interactive, them giving me feedback, doing a write-up, talking to you guys of any questions or concerns, or, getting to know you guys as well. But they're there for me. They want to make sure that I'm comfortable, making sure that I'm doing what I have to do on my end, and they're doing what they have to do on their end. So the teachers were they were understanding, and they were like, don't worry, you're gonna get your assignments done. So I was just a little bit concerned about that and worried. So I have my small groups. already, so I'm just ready to get started. I'm trying to get all my assignments done before Thanksgiving. Um, I refuse to go into my birthday month, December. Any Sagittarius, hi. I refuse to go into my birthday month with homework or with assignments. Period. Like I'm not, I'm not gonna do that to myself. Like it's not fair to me. I want to get them done and out the way. So I'm actually gonna start after I finish these assessments. I'm actually gonna start lesson planning. Um, my teacher also shared a book with me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So this book is titled The First 6 Weeks of School. Some of you may know the book, some of you may not. But for my new teachers out there, this is a great resource for you guys to use just to make sure, the first 6 weeks of school goes solid, just to make sure you guys have a successful, first year with your routines down pack, your scheduling, how to set up those morning meetings with your kids. And they do it by grade levels from kindergarten to sixth grade. I haven't read it fully. I've only read like 3 pages. She just gave it to me like literally yesterday. So I'm gonna start, reading it. This book is on Amazon for $21, so it's not, too expensive. It's a decent price. So this is definitely a book that you can use as for a resource in your collection. If you want to give somebody who's about to be a teacher a gift, get them this book. Um, so yeah, make sure you get this. Another book is Sorry, I got this book in my methods class in reading and writing, and with this, it's just an intervention for students who are low in reading. It can go for kids who have IEPs and kids who are general ed across the board. Just to go over like some words and sounds by week that you can do, like vowel diagraph, the R control, diphthongs, like teaching the kids like the hard and soft, and like you can color code on little like flashcards, little words that you can use with the kids, like spelling, and then have them write the words. So little stuff like that you can use with the kids. So I feel like this is a great source for you to use as well with other foundation things that you guys may have in your classroom. This is a good source that you can use. So yeah, I'm gonna use that with one of the kids that I tutor. Once we finish the basics, I'm gonna kind of like transition over to that also as well. But like I was saying, so far so good. This week has been great. I'm loving the small groups. I'm loving the routines that's going on in the classroom. It's very solid. We do have those kids who are stragglers, where we're in the middle of doing a morning meeting, and we have those couple of kids that want to just walk around and do what they want to do and didn't ask a teacher. So we have to like constantly be redirecting. We have this past few days, we have like a couple of kids who may need special seating. Um, so the teacher worked out with one of the kids where they kind of shared a bond where they have like this special, signal that they're going to use. So if the child does not want to sit on the rug, he or she has to put up this sign to signal the teacher to let her know, hey, I'm not feeling my rug spot. Can I go sit in a chair? So that's been working out really well. But these first weeks with some of the kids is just like constant redirection. Then you have, I have to tell you this story. So one of the kids, he's like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, send him to the bathroom. He's been going to the bathroom like this whole week, like literally 3 to 5 times. And I'm like, there's nothing, nobody said anything that, this kid has a problem, like he needs to go to the bathroom like a lot. He's just been going to the bathroom. And he said to the teacher, my cooperating teacher, he goes, oh, I'm just going to see my first grade teacher. When I say I was weak, like all you can do is laugh, because that's the cutest thing when they want to go back and see their old teacher. And I totally get that. But it's like every minute you gotta go to the bed. So me and the teachers were kind of like, okay, whenever he goes to the bathroom, either one of us, like, I let him go to the bathroom, and then it's like I'm kind of following behind just to see, like, where he's going, because he literally takes long in the bathroom for no reason. And the timing that he likes to go, like, is when we're about to get started into something, and then he wants to go to the bathroom. So you're going to have those kids who are just trying to test you and just want to go to the bathroom. So just making sure, like, you know, you have a solid foundation with your kids about using the bathroom. But I felt like that was the cutest thing for me to share. Also, the kids have been, doing their reading workshop where they have like independent reading. So one of the teachers, she does work with the kids for small groups, those kids who are a little bit lower. She actually did like a structured routine with them, or taught them a structured routine, I must say, where she made a mat and it has a stop and go. And the kids have to take their books out of the bin, put it on the go, and once they finish reading it, they put it on the stop. So I felt like that was so good, because sometimes we have those kids who are reading in reading workshop and they're just sitting there not reading their books, or they're reading a book that's not on their level that they should be reading. So I felt like with this structured routine, the kids know, hey, if I read 4 books, they go in the go. And then, if the kids finish reading, she has like a packet where the kids have to complete like a first page of that worksheet, and once they finish the first page, they have to go back and reread their Just Right books again, and then work on another page. So I kind of like that. That's great. So the kids kind of know what they need to do. You have an expectation for them, and they know that during this time when you're not with me, this is what you need to be doing. So I kind of like that, and in that way, you're able to check in with the students also as well. So I got to see the teacher doing that. Like I said, I'm also taking pictures of a lot of the anchor charts that the teachers are doing around the room. Anything that I find useful to me, I'm gonna use. And I've just been having like a lot of meetings with the teacher. I know one of them, they kind of felt like they haven't been talking to me a lot. So I kind of had to explain to them, like, it's okay. I understand me being there. You're not going to be able to teach me everything. You're not going to be able to talk to me every single minute during your lesson or after, your lesson. So I explained to them, like, I'm a very observant person. Like, it's okay. If I have any questions, best believe I'm going to ask it, but I'm going to ask it when it's appropriate. I'm not going to disturb you right when you're teaching. I'm like, hey, like, no, I'm not going to do that. So they kind of felt like they weren't like telling me things that's going on in the classroom, how to do what they do. So I told them it's okay. Like, I have it in my notebook, so I'm able to reflect and like go back if I had any questions. But like I said, I'm very observant. I am not sitting around in the classroom and just watching them. I'm very hands on, and I feel like when you're interning, you're not sitting there. Like, get up and do something. Help to make copies. Like, interact with the kids. Like, go around, observe. Like, I barely get to sit down. I feel like I don't get to sit down, and the only time I get to sit down is when I'm in my math group and we're on the rug. Like, that's the only time I get to sit down. Like, literally, I'm walking around, I'm checking with students, I'm making sure that they're okay. Just watching to see how they interact in the room. So my best advice is for somebody who is interning, like, they like to see stuff like that. The teachers, they were like very impressed, because they're like, their last intern, she didn't do half of the things that you're doing. So I'm just like, hey, it all depends on which student intern you get. Sometimes you're just gonna get an intern that's just gonna sit there and like, hey, this is a grade. I don't really need to do much. Hey, it is what it is. But depending on you as the individual, you might do things kind of different. So I would say get your hands messy. Get in there. Like, talk with the kids. You might have a kid that say, hey, I don't want you to sit with me. Can you give me some space? All right, I'll give you some space, but I'm coming right back to see what you're doing. Because I have one kid. He's like, you don't have to sit next to me. I'm okay. I said, it's okay. I said, I'm not watching you. I'm watching this kid. But I'm really watching him. So you really gotta, like, test the waters with some of these kids. And you gotta remember, they're still trying to get comfortable with you. They don't realize, like, there's 4 people in the room and, like, we're all teachers. So, just making sure that, you're building that bond with those kids. Um, like I said, it's been great so far. And I hope you guys like this video. If you guys have any comments, any questions about anything regarding my student teaching internship, please leave them down below. Make sure you guys you comment, and you subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.